This is how to get the most money for your car when selling it private party. I've bought hundreds and sold hundreds, and I can tell you that these steps will make a difference. I'm just going to run through what you should do when you're selling your car private party and how to maximize your return. Let's get started. All right, my name's Tom. You might have watched some of my videos before. I am the sleazy used car dealer. Now, am I really sleazy? No, but I know what people think about us. And I will tell you that I buy hundreds of cars every year from individuals, and I have determined the key factors here in what makes the car sell for cheap or what makes the car sell for a better price. And I'll be honest, I don't buy the better priced ones. Likewise, I've sold junkers and I've sold good cars. So I'm going to show you what it is that you should do in order to make the most money on your car. We're going to start with step number one. That's getting ready. What I mean by getting ready is a couple of things. One is locate your car title. Now, this sounds oversimplified, like, duh, everybody should know. But the reality is, everybody doesn't. So make sure that before you even advertise your car, you know where your car title is. It is in your hot little hand. Step two, if you live in a city, state, or county that requires an annual emissions test that can be given to a new owner, go and get one. You know, they're relatively cheap, $20 to $50 in most states. And this will provide the new buyer with some assurance that they'll have no trouble getting the car registered once you sell it to them. Along those same lines, if your car has what I call a nuisance repair and you can afford to, I would get that taken care of. If the front brakes are grinding and you have the ability to do the front brakes yourself, that might cost you 100, 100 and a quarter. If the check engine light is on for an oxygen sensor, which is maybe $100, and you have the ability to either do that yourself or pay a mechanic to do it, do it. Get that check engine light out. I laugh when I see these people on Facebook and Craigslist and OfferUp, and they'll say the check engine light's on. It's just a sensor. No, it's not a sensor. They're lying because if it was just a sensor, they would have fixed it. So if your check engine light is on for a simple fix, get it fixed before you sell the car. It will give the new buyer peace of mind because a check engine light on can very well scare off potential buyers. Then the last thing I got to tell you is if you can afford it, get the car detailed. If you cannot afford it, scrub the crap out of your car. And I don't mean go to the car wash and spray it down. I mean get in your driveway with your garden hose, your soap brush, some detail brushes. Maybe stop at the store at Walmart or O'Reilly or Amazon and get you some good carpet cleaner, get you some smell pretty, get you some shiny stuff for the wheels, and get your car clean. For many people, a dirty car is a turnoff. A car that's clean statistically sells for higher. Even if it mechanically is just the same, clean or dirty, clean your car. So it looks good. It will then photograph good. It will smell good. It won't smell like an old cat, a wet dog, anything like that. And you will be ready to get on to the next step. Now let's talk about setting a fair price for your car. And this is where people are sometimes, they overvalue their cars. But then I know other people that severely undervalue their cars. How do I price a car when I don't exactly know the value? There's a couple ways you can price your car. Um, the first thing that I do, and you'd think with it being a dealer, I have all these fancy tools, and they are available, but they're not necessarily what I use. Here's what I do. You can start with the Kelley Blue Book private party sale, and it's going to give you a range. And the range is a guide. So don't get super excited thinking it's worth a ton. Don't even reference it when you get to writing your ad. Here's what I do when I'm trying to figure out how much I can pay for a car because I'm going to sell the car. I go to Craigslist and I look a year or two ahead and behind the model that I want to buy. And I look, 20,000 or so miles either direction. and hit that search bar and see what comes up that might be halfway comparable to the vehicle. Do the same thing with Facebook Marketplace. Here's the thing, the KBB might be $5,000. But if no one else has theirs listed for $5,000, nobody is going to call you. And nobody gives a rat's behind what KBB is. Another source is the Carvanas, the CarMaxes, the We Buy Car dealerships. You can poke in your VIN and your mileage, and it'll come up with a price. You can see what that price is. That price is generally going to be lower because, like me, they're car dealers and they're going to turn around and resell that car. So that's probably going to give you a good idea of what your absolute bottom dollar should be on the car. But I would use some sort of educated guess average, if you will, between what you see on Craigslist, what you see on Facebook Marketplace, and in the back of your head, be thinking about what the KBB value is. Again, if you compare other people on Craigslist and Marketplace, you'll know what people are asking for that car. But also, when you're looking at their ads, and we're going to get to this in the next clip, take a look at the pictures that they've taken and the description that they've written, because crappy pictures are a turnoff and lead to lower prices, and crappy grammar in the description or descriptions that don't say much are a turnoff. Let's get on to the next one, being step 3. Hey guys, just wanted to take a second to tell you thank you for watching my video, and of course, now it's time for the shameless plug where I ask you to give me a like, a subscribe, and a comment about my video. I recently found out when looking at my YouTube information that only about 5% of my people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. And I think I know why. I mean, generally you YouTube or you Google search the question that you have, usually about car titles, and then it shows you my video. You get the information you need and you move on. That's all well and good. But if you could take a minute and just hit that subscribe button, maybe leave me a comment below. Hey, where did you find this video? Did you find this video looking on YouTube? Did you Google me to find this video? Are you a return subscriber who likes to look at my content? I'd really like to know where my people are sourcing my videos from. And if you could give a like and a subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. There's a playlist with plenty of other videos, behind the scenes videos, Texas title issue videos, and of course the walk around videos for the cars that we actually sell. Believe it or not, we really generally are a used car dealer, not a YouTuber. But if you could do those things for me, I would sincerely appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and now we'll get you back to your video. Thanks again. All right, this is probably one of the most essential parts, and that is advertising. So one is, what are you going to do to advertise? Well, the first thing you're going to do after you have your car all cleaned up and ready to go is you're going to need to take pictures. Because unlike back in the day when everybody just looked in the newspaper, now people look for pictures. And I will tell you, it's not as easy as it looks. Let's talk about what pictures to take. So when I advertise my cars here at the car lot, I always move the car. All right, so you might have just seen a brutally ugly clip in my film. For whatever reason, the microphone battery died, so I just switched to a new microphone. So I want to talk about pictures. And in my world, I own a business. I sell from a used car lot. So I usually take my pictures at the front of my building, where the sign for my building, the color of my building, etc., is visible as my background, so that it helps people when they're driving by to identify where I am. But what's most important about taking the pictures is that you don't have much stuff behind you. Don't take the pictures at your apartment parking lot where there's a car on each side of you and it's dark out. You want to take your car, usually maybe right after you washed and detailed it, take it to a retail parking lot or a school or a church or wherever there are plenty of open spaces. Go way away from all the other cars so that really people are only sorting your car. You don't want them seeing or worrying about what else there is, and you want to be able to take photos And if I'm smart enough, I will put some down below on this scene, the photos that I take of my cars. Basically, I take all four corners, and I don't mean the left, the right, the side, the front. I mean the left front side at an angle, the left rear side at an angle, all the way around, and I'll take left and right sides. And here's the thing, to eliminate headache for you and for your potential buyer, if the car has a dent on the left door, don't put in your ad, it has a dent on the left door. You will put that, but then also take a photo of the left door. Let the person looking determine if it's something they can work with rather than letting them, I've bought several cars from people that couldn't sell them when they said, yeah, it's got a dent in the door, but the dent in the door is from the front bumper to the rear bumper. So if you're pointing out things that are not good about your car, make sure to include a photograph about that item. You're going to want pictures of your inside, pictures of your outside, pictures of anything that detracts from the car. The seat is torn. Make sure you get a good picture of that. Or make sure you get a good picture of your engine. If you have good, decent tires on it that are all made by the same company, take a picture of your tire and show that all four tires match. These things make a difference. If your car is relatively new, now let me say it like this, maybe 10 years old. I sell a lot of older cars. Usually I sell cars between like 2005 to 2010. That's about where they depreciate out enough to be at my price point. But if you have a newer car, 2010, 12, 15, it might not hurt to run a Carfax on the car so that when you advertise, you can say, it has a clean Carfax. I have it right here. That will set you aside from some of these people that are selling more beat up models. You have that peace of mind for your customer. Okay. And the next one, and this is one that I struggle with a little bit, So you're getting ready to advertise your car. You've got your pictures. You wrote a good, fair, and accurate description. You got a Carfax maybe. Your photos show the things that are not great about your car, just to eliminate the people coming out, finding out about it, and then leaving angry and they've wasted your time. The next one is be available to show the car, answer calls, and answer texts. I can't tell you how many times people have messaged me wanting to sell me a car, and then I'll say, great, when are you available? Oh, I can't, I work Monday through Friday, so it'd have to be on Saturday. And Saturday I got soccer, and then I get, no. Selling the car needs to become like a job. So the correct answer would be, I'm available weekdays after 6 p.m. and I have some time on Sundays. What would work for you? Okay. Um, Almost everything nowadays is the way of the internet. It's mostly text. People don't pick up the phone and call like when I was a young man. If you're advertising on Facebook, be prepared for 100 is this availables. And 50 of them won't respond back after you say, yes, it is. That's just how it works. So be prepared for that. Have a good attitude about that. Be available to show your car once it's started to be advertised. And if you're really ambitious, film a walk around video. This walk around video might take 2 to 3 minutes. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be edited. You basically put the video camera on your car and you say, this is my car. It's a 2005 Toyota Camry. It has 170,000 miles on it. I've owned this car for 6 years. It's been a great car. The only reason I'm getting rid of this car is I got my mom's car and she doesn't drive very much, so she gave me her 2020 with only 5,000 miles on it. And you walk all the way around the car with the camera. Hey, this is a little dent here. It's a nick. Hey, there is some wear on my driver's seat. And you have the chance to let your personality come through. Hopefully you have a good one. Show the car, start the car up, put the camera in front of the engine bay so they can hear the engine running and know that it's not ticking or banging or clacking. And that will also help. And then what you can do when someone messages you with Is this still available? Yes, it sure is. And I've made a quick walk around video for you. If you have any questions after, let me know. And you attach that video and send. Same with the text messages. Is it, hey, I'm checking out your car, or when are you available? Hey, I have a quick video. Let me send it to you. And then, get back to me if you're interested. That is something that your average seller does not do. That is a way you can set your Toyota Camry apart from all the other Toyota Camrys. So, free tip there, trust me, it will work, it will help. Okay, so getting on to this next slide, this was basically just the whole people are going to want to haggle a little bit. They're going to ask stupid questions. You're going to get 100 of is this availables? And like I said, it is what it is. So don't be a wiener. Take the tips that I gave you, make the walk around video, all that fun stuff, and see what happens. I think it will work out just fine. All right, what's next? So you met somebody, you haggled a fair price, you're happy, they're going to want to pay you. The next thing to do is do your title transfer. You can go to the county tax office and do it with them. You can sign it and hand it to them. I do want to point out at this point that I do have a video on how to do a private party title transfer. It's a good video to watch. If you are located in Texas, it's very Texas specific. It'll tell you about doing that notification of transfer. Only take cash or cashier's check. Nothing wrong with meeting them at the bank, meeting them at the tax office, things like that. Most importantly is get the title signed properly, copy down who you're selling it to, either by bill of sale or a notification of vehicle transfer. They're going to sign their name on the back of the title. You're not going to hand them an open title, and you're going to do that transfer. That transfer is probably the single most important thing to do. Lastly, if you are in a city, state, or county that has tollways and they put a tag on your car, you're going to want to make sure you remove your toll tag and you call that taxing agency and let them know that you have sold that vehicle. That's my thoughts. I hope that helps out everybody. A like, a subscribe would be awesome if this was useful information to you. I have tons of other videos about DMV forms and a whole playlist about DMV forms and behind the scene at a used car lot. Appreciate you watching. Have a good one.